Hi, everyone. Welcome to the energy update. We're going to talk about Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So, Friday, March 22nd, Saturday, March 23rd, and Sunday, March 24th. And the reason why we're going to talk about all three of those days together is because this is the Virgo moon leading up to the Libra lunar eclipse really, really early on Monday morning. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about what we can do for this eclipse. So I'm the kind of person, I'm the kind of, I don't even have a label for it. I'm just the kind of person, I guess. The kind of magician, I don't know. The kind of fool that works with the natural cycles of the universe, right? So I work with the natural cycles of the planets. I work with the natural cycles of the earth. I work with trying not to manipulate the energies for my own power, right? For my own for my own good and for my own power. Like, I don't do rituals, I don't do intentional spells, I don't do rituals. If I'm doing any kind of rituals, like I've done them in the past, and if I'm doing them or anything like that, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it to work with the energies of what's happening in the astrology and work with the energies of the natural cycles, right? And I think that we as humans, it becomes so skewed on the kind of power that we are supposed to yield. Like, yes, humans have a lot of power. We all have gifts that we can use, and we can all use those powers intentionally in some way, right? Like, I would never really call myself a witch. I don't think being a witch is a negative thing at all. I think that being a witch is very powerful and courageous thing to do. I honestly do. I believe that. I just have never resonated with the term myself. I've always resonated with, like, before I realized I was a shaman, I was just a guide, right? I was just a tarot reader. I was just an like, labels are really weird to me anyways. So, I just am who I am, right? But I've never really resonated with what witches do, like with what pagan witches do, or, just witches in general. Like, I've never really just never resonated with it, which is fine. Like, we all resonate with things differently. We all use our gifts differently. We've all come from different backgrounds, right? So when it comes down to eclipses, and these in particular, I tap into my roots. I tap into my roots because I trust that my ancestors also knew the natural cycles of the universe and the natural cycles of the planets and astrology and all of those things. And so I tap into that, and I do my journeys and I pray. And if that's a ritual, then that's a ritual. That's what I do, right? I connect with the energies that have gone before me, and I connect with how I'm particularly feeling about the astrology and the energy. Now, this eclipse is going to be trine Pluto. Okay. The eclipse in Aries will be conjunct Chiron and will also have the Devil's Comet visible during that eclipse. These eclipses are malefic energies, not just because they're eclipses, but because of the astrology around it. There's a really sweet energy that's happening this weekend with Venus sextile Jupiter, and there's a lot that can come out of it. And I actually think that people are going to have more fun this weekend than maybe a lot of people expected to have. But let's take a look. First, I want to show you guys the astrology. The reason why I'm bringing this up and the fact that these are malefic energies that are happening, that the lunar eclipse will be trine Pluto just by a couple of degrees. The reason why I'm bringing that up is now is not the time to do rituals. Now is not the time to do intentional things to bring stuff into your life. You don't want to charge your crystals. If this was just a regular full moon and it was not an eclipse, I would say the same thing. Let's put it that way, okay? If the new moon in Aries was not an eclipse and it was just a regular new moon, I would be saying the same thing to you guys that I am saying to you right now. Okay. Don't charge your crystals, don't put water out, doing all of these things, catching those baleful rays. Baleful, look it up. Baleful means that it's a negative ray. It is a negative energy. It's not a positive. Okay. And again, I'm going to stress this. I would tell you guys these things if it was not eclipse season. These two moons are not the time. It is not the time. It is not the time. It is not the time. And this is coming from a natural part of the universal cycle. Okay? This is not coming from my opinion. This is not coming from because I think I know everything, because I think I know better than everybody else. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying all of this because I've done the astrology and I've been doing astrology for a long time. And people who have not done astrology for a long time want to do rituals under these baleful rays. And good luck to you. May the odds be ever in your favor. Seriously, like I'm not going to tell you what to do in your life. But 3 months down the road, when things aren't working out so well, or they're really, really bumpy because you decided you wanted to manipulate the energy, I want you to think about this point right here, right now. Okay? Everybody has an opinion about what to do with these eclipses. Everybody has an opinion about what to do with this eclipse season. Okay? And I'm telling you right here, right now, that even if this wasn't eclipse season, I would tell you guys to not charge your crystals and to not put the water out under the moon. I would tell you guys that anyways. Okay? Has nothing to do with me thinking that I'm better than anyone else. It truly does not. It is because I'm looking out for your best interest and reminding you of the natural laws of the universe. So Friday morning, we're going to wake up to this Virgo moon that's really going to be void for like the most of the time. The only time the Virgo moon will be connecting with anything are these oppositions to Pisces and this trine in Taurus, okay? So all day on Friday, we're going to see this moon just not really doing anything. Right here, though, we have Mars at the 29th degree. You know, everybody's arguing right now. Everybody's arguing right now. Mercury conjunct Chiron, everybody's arguing. Venus conjunct Saturn, everybody's arguing. Mars is at 29 degrees all day on Friday. Everybody's arguing. So really, you know, the productive arguing is fantastic. If you can get to another place, if you can get out of your own way, I just wanted to make sure it was on. The productive arguing is fantastic. But if you are arguing with people and nothing is coming of it, and all it is just frustrating, and you're going around in a circle and around in a circle and around in a circle and around in a circle, this may not be the day for you to talk about things or to argue about things. This may be the day where you just need to leave everything well enough alone. My advice for Friday and this weekend leading up to that lunar eclipse on Monday morning is to clean. We're going to be under a Virgo moon. And if you really want to work with these lunar eclipse energies, you want to make space in your life. You want to make space for change to happen in your life. You want to be aware of what changes need to happen in your life and create balance from that in order for those changes to happen. And so clean your spaces, sanitize your house, clean your altar, clean all of your clothes, get everything hung up, wash your bed sheets, wash your pillowcases, anything and everything, any surface you can clean. Like Henry and I, my kids are coming today. It's Thursday that I'm doing this video. My kids are coming today. And so Henry and I are like going to be like frantically deep cleaning this place today, just because, I mean, first of all, we really want it to be clean for the kids, but also like we want it to be clean, you know, for the eclipse too. So today's the day to do it because they're going to be here this afternoon. So yeah, so cleaning under this Virgo moon is going to be a really big thing. Mars ingresses Pisces later on in the evening. On Friday, Mars will be in Pisces until April 30th. With Mars in Pisces, we don't see that aggression as much as like when Mars goes into Aries, we'll see a lot of that energy pick up in a big way. But with Mars in Pisces, it's more of a passive aggression. But it also gives us an opportunity to use our ego energies for creativity. And, you know, we still have Venus here in Pisces breaking away from Saturn. Hallelujah. And so like that, the softness of Pisces is still kind of existing. And I love having Mars and Venus in Pisces. Just, I mean, I'm a Mars in Cancer. So anytime we can get Mars to slow down for me is always a really good thing, just because I can think easier when Mars is a little bit slower. So yeah, our creative juices are going to be flowing a little bit more. We may not have boundaries though, especially when we're arguing with people. Be very careful of how you're approaching subjects when we have Mars and Pisces, because there's not a lot of boundaries and we're not really looking out for the best interest of everything. We will have the moon will kind of just be floating through the evening, overnight opposition to Saturn around, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe even 5 o'clock in the morning as we're waking up Saturday morning. We'll have the moon opposite Saturn, and then we will have the moon opposite Venus. And we'll have the Virgo moon trine Jupiter Saturday morning. So those three things, Saturn, Venus, and Jupiter, that trine. And we have this really sweet Venus sextile Jupiter, Venus in Pisces, sextile Jupiter in Taurus all weekend, right? It'll be exact on Sunday, but we start to feel it and see it on Saturday. And this weekend is going to be a great weekend to get together with people. It's going to be a really good weekend for joy and gratitude and finding hope in some of the darker spaces that we've probably seen in our lives. Some of you may even find that there's information that's coming, like I recognized with all of the tension and all of the pressure of what this week brought to my house, right, into my own personal space, that once you allow that tension to break and that shift to happen, there's just a little bit more hope and there's a little bit more light around the things that are going on. So this Venus sextile Jupiter is bringing us a little bit of happiness and joy just before the eclipse happens. And honestly, you guys, that eclipse is going to happen really early on Monday morning. So we're not even going, I mean, like it'll be probably like mid-afternoon across the pond. So in the UK, it'll be like mid-afternoon that you'll, you know, that lunar eclipse is going to be happening. So we're really not going to be able to see it. If you're up at like 3 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, Monday morning, then you'll probably see it. Or 1 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time here. So Saturday we have the moon trine Jupiter, and then the moon will trine Uranus. So Saturday is really the day to get everything done for this weekend, cleaning everything and just, you know, opening up spaces and bringing hope. Turn the music on, dance around. You know, I'm going to be doing a lot of baking this weekend and just kind of enjoying the energy of having the kids around too. So It is. It's just, it's, you know, I love that we're getting this energy after such a rough week of arguing. Like people have been arguing nonstop all week long. And I'm kind of tired of it. Like it's exhausting to listen to. So Saturday we get a little reprieve, and then Sunday we'll see that exact Venus sextile Jupiter, and the moon is going to be opposite Neptune as we're waking up on Sunday morning. So Sunday is probably going to be a real easy, like not forceful, don't force anything to happen kind of day on Sunday. I'm actually glad that we have this energy for Sunday because my kids got to drive home on Sunday. I'm like real worried about that. And yeah. So it's a good weekend. It's a good weekend to get ready for this eclipse. And then mid-afternoon on Sunday, we will see the moon ingress to Libra. And here we go. Here we go. There is that eclipse right there. See how that the moon is trine Pluto during the eclipse happening? Here we go. Hold on. It's like 15 minutes. I could just do this. So I'm going to do a video on Sunday for this eclipse. It'll be at, that's the wrong one. Be doing a video on Sunday for this eclipse. That other one that I showed is actually for the one in October later this year. The 10 degrees, the solar eclipse in Libra later on this year. So yeah, we're going to talk more about this. I'm going to do a video for the eclipse coming up on Monday. And I'm sure that you guys have probably heard a lot about it. I'm going to be talking about the Sabian symbol behind the degree for the eclipse. And I'm also going to be talking about what to expect after it, after the eclipse, and what's going to come from it. So here we are, Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. Let's get the energy for the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th of March. I can't believe we're heading into the last week of March already. The energies are distant thunder, clear the air. This is exactly what I was talking about. This weekend is for cleaning out the spaces, right? Whenever we have thunderstorms, and it is springtime, so the thunderstorms are going to start coming. But we have those thunderstorms and we have the rain, and it clears everything out. And it really helps to open up the spaces, and it really helps to, it helps all of the flowers grow and all the plants become green. So you may be hearing the distant thunder, which means the rain is coming, which means it's really time to clear, you know, it's time to start fresh. It's time to start brand new. And we have a whole new astrological year ahead of us right now. This eclipse season is really starting off the astrological year for us. So paying attention to those things that you need to, you know, sometimes I think I know what it is that I need to change in my life and what I need to do to shift my life and shift my perspective. And then I'm like, I was totally wrong. Then it comes up and it shows up and I'm like, holy crap, like I was totally wrong this whole time. So, you know, be very quiet and listen to, you know, pay attention to all the little things that are happening outside of you. Pay attention to what makes you feel stressed. Pay attention to what makes you feel tense. Pay attention to what parts of your life need to be broken open, right? Need to be like cracked wide open, okay? Could be an emotional time, but I think that this weekend is going to give us a little bit of break from the anger. Hopefully I'm right about that. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. Bye.